Good morning, my dear aspirants. Welcome to Karthikeya IAS Academy. So we already started a daily current affairs session. We are uploading in our Karthikeya app as well as in YouTube. So today we will discuss about the topic Shivamoga dynamite blast, which recently happened in Karnataka, Shivamoga. Right? So here you can observe some images. The first one, who is this person? What are these two weapons? What is the name of this temple? And who is this person in black and white photo? Clear? So our topic is Shivamoga dynamite blast, which happened at Karnataka. In which area? Shivamoga. So let's start our session. So in this, first we should study about what is a matter of concern, how it happened, what is this gelatin stick. What is a matter of concern? How it happened? What is gelatin stick? So please observe here. What is the main matter of concern? The local authorities have suspected that around 15 people may have been killed in a dynamite blast at which village? Hunshadu village. In which district? Chikamangaluru district of Shivamoga region. So how it happened? Suspecting it to be the incident of illegal mining. So here the topic is related to mining in India. So it is very, very important. We should have a clear idea about mining in India. So in this topic, we will also discuss about mining in India, right? So suspecting it to be an incident of illegal mining, the police said that explosives, especially what is that substance? Gelatin sticks, used for blasting the stones at quarrying site, were being carried in a truck, and this truck was blown into pieces. Some of the parts have flown away around 0.5 kilometers from the blast site. So here it is very, very sad for those 15 people who are carrying gelatin sticks to the quarrying site, right? So at that point, before the reaching point, in 30 minutes they are going to reach that site, and within this 30 minutes, before the reaching of the site, before 30 minutes, there was a blast of this gelatin sticks. So what is the main substance that killed these people? Gelatin stick. So here we should observe what is this gelatin stick. Please observe here. This is also known as blasting gelatin or simply jelly. These are the two names, blasting gelatin or simply jelly. This is an explosive material consisting of, please observe here, collodion cotton, a type of nitrocellulose or gun cotton, dissolved in either nitroglycerine or nitroglycol, and these are mixed with wood pulp and saltpeter, nothing but sodium nitrate or potassium nitrate. So how this gelatin stick are made? Please do observe. Collodion cotton nothing but a type of nitrocellulose or gun cotton. This will be dissolved in nitroglycerine, or it is also called as nitroglycol, and potassium nitrate. So please do observe this colliding cotton is dissolved in nitroglycerine and this will be mixed with which wood pulp or saltpeter. So saltpeter is nothing but potassium nitrate. So then we can get this gelatin stick. So this gelatin stick. So please observe very carefully once again. This gelatin stick material consisting of the collodion cotton, which is nothing a type of nitrocellulose or gun cotton, and this will be dissolved in, please observe very carefully, either nitroglycerine or nitroglycol. So first step, this collodion cotton will be dissolved in this nitroglycerine or nitroglycol, and later this combination is mixed with wood pulp and please observe very carefully, sodium nitrate or potassium nitrate, nothing but saltpeter. So when this collodion cotton dissolved in nitroglycerine or nitroglycol, and later this complete combination is mixed with wood pulp and potassium nitrate, nothing but saltpeter, then you will get which stick? Gelatin stick. So this is a gelatin stick. Please, you can observe here very carefully. So this is a gelatin stick, and these were carried by please observe here, these were carried by the local men in a truck to blast the stones at quarrying site. And where is that site? It is at Shivamoga, which is in Chikkamangaluru district. At which exact site? Hanshado village. So this complete gelatin stick is invented by the great Swedish chemist. You all are well aware of this person, the same person who invented dynamite. The same person who introduced the dynamite, the same person also introduced this gelatin stick, which can be developed by collodion cotton dissolved in nitroglycerine mixed with wood pulp and potassium nitrate. Is it clear? So who is this person? Who is this person? Alfred. Who is this person? Alfred Nobel. So please clearly observe here. The gelatin stick, the founder is Alfred Nobel. The same person also founded dynamite. So when compared it with dynamite, it is very much stable than the dynamite. right? So that point you should remember, very, very important one. This gelatin stick is more stable than dynamite, but it can blast when it suffer from a sweating or leaching out of nitroglycerin, right? So this point you should remember. So why this blast happened? Because the nitroglycerin in this gelatin stick was leached out, right? So that is the main important point that you all should observe. So when this blast happened, the Manoj Ranjan, who was the director of Karnataka State Natural Disaster Monitoring Center. Please do remember the abbreviation. In exam they may ask you what is the abbreviation of KSNDMC. So please do remember what is the abbreviation of KSNDMC. Karnataka State Natural Disaster Monitoring Center Director Manoj Ranjan released a statement that there was no earthquake. So how this blast happened? Because of the negligence of the quarry members. So many people thought that whether it caused due to any earthquake or not. So then this Manoj Ranjan, who was the director of Karnataka State Natural Disaster Monitoring Center, explained that there was no earthquake happened in the seismic stations. Right? So what are those seismic stations in this Karnataka? Those are Udupi and Mangaluru. So where is this Karnataka State Natural Disaster Monitoring Center located? At Mangaluru. So data from the nearby seismic stations at Udupi and Mangaluru have been collected, and there was no seismic activity recorded. Is it clear? And with this, the Information Center for Seismology, please do remember, National Center for Seismology. So where is its headquarters? It is at New Delhi. So the National Center for Seismology also gave the same report that there was no earthquake issue. And the reason might be the activity was felt from a very shallow depth, possibly less than 5 kilometers. And also the magnitude on the Richter scale was less than 1.0. Right? So definitely this issue, this blast happened due to the leaching out of glycerine from these gelatin stick. So in science and technology, we may get in which cases this gelatin stick can be blasted, though it is more stable than the dynamite. So why? Because the leaching out of glycerine. So that should be your answer. The leaching out of nitroglycerin should be your answer. So please do remember and don't forget. So what is the main cause of this blast? Leaching out of nitroglycerin is the main cause. Is it clear? So now we discussed about how that nitroglycerin leached out and why this blast happened. And next we should discuss about legislative framework of mining sector in India. So which is very, very important topic. So whenever you come across the mining issues in current affairs, then definitely we should relate this current affair topic with our legislative framework of mining sector in India. So what is the, in exam, in mains, in especially in general studies, science and technology, you may get this question: what is the legislative framework of mining sector in India? Right? So you may come across with these type of questions. What is the legislative framework? The legislative framework of mining sector in India. Then we guys should discuss about the serial number 23 of list 2 state list. So you have already gone through the state list in polity. So in this state list, the entry is at serial number 23 of list 2. So this entry at serial number 23 of list 2. So please observe here, to the Constitution of India mandates the state government to own the minerals located within their boundaries. And coming to the central list, please observe here, coming to the central list, please observe carefully. Please observe carefully. When coming to the central list, the entry is at serial number 54 of central list. Please do remember, the entry of state list is at serial number 23 and entry at the central list is at number 54. So what this serial number 54 of a list 1 says that, mandates that the central government to own the minerals within the exclusive economic zone. And in pursuance to these mines and minerals development regulation, which was framed in 1957. So what are the main legislative frameworks? Serial number 23 of list 2 in state list and serial number 54 of list 1 in this central list. So what these tell? That the minerals within the exclusive economic zone will come under MMDR Act. Of which year, guys? That is 1957. Right? So in which year this was framed? MMDR. What is the abbreviation of MMDR? Mines, Minerals, Development, Regulation. Please observe once again, what is this M? First M is mines, second M is minerals. So in exam, they may give what is the abbreviation of a second M. What is the abbreviation of first M? Right? So MMDR, Mines and Minerals, Development and Regulation. And next, the third one is about International Seabed Authority. So please do remember, International Seabed Authority. Seabed Authority. So what this international ISA, International Seabed Authority, regulates the minerals exploration and extractions. So this is a UN. This is an UN treaty. This is an UN agreement which regulates mineral exploration and extraction works, which was guided by the UN treaty, and India being a party of this treaty, which has received an exclusive right to explore. Please do remember, we got a right to explore of which type of polymetallic nodules, and up to how many square kilometers? 75,000 square kilometers in central Indian Ocean basin. So whenever you get this type of questions regarding mining, please observe here they have given us the legislative framework. So then we should write our India's state list, which is number 23 in list 2, in India's central list, which is at number 54, list 2, which tells about MMDR Act. And next, in internationally, you should observe ISA, and here we are a member of it. So this agreement gave us a right to dredge out the polymetallic nodules up to 75,000 square kilometers in central Indian Ocean basin. In the same way, there is one MMDR Act in 1957. Again, this was amended. Please observe here, this MMDR also got amended. MMDR. What is first M? Mines. What is second M? Minerals. What is the D? What is the abbreviation of D? Please do remember. Development. What is R in MMDR? Regulation, which was introduced in 1957, and now it is amended in 2015. And this introduced MCG. So this introduced MCG. What is this MCG? Mineral Concessions Grant. So this will happen through auctions, which will bring transparency and remove discretions. Right? So Mineral Concessions Grant was included in this MMDR Act. It is amended again in 2015, and they introduced Mineral Concessions Grant, which happens through auctions. So why? To bring transparency. In the same way, the District Mineral Foundation, which also address the long-term grievances of the people which are affected by these minings, and the organization NMET. And the organization NMET. What is the abbreviation of NMET? National Mineral Exploration Trust, which will incentivizing a reasoning and detailed exploration to fill the gaps in the exploration in the country. So these will stringent measures to chaos like illegal mining. So though we are having this NMET, this MCG, this MMDR Act, this ISA, this state list, this central list, but these couldn't stop illegal mining till today. Though we have a frameworks not only in state, not only in central as well as in international, we have the regulations, the legislative frameworks for which sector? Mining sector, but still these issues you can observe. So right now we lost our 15 citizens of Indians, 15 workers who got blasted, and their bodies, please do observe, their bodies also disappeared. Please observe here. How many people died here? 15 people died, right? And you can observe here the truck was blown into pieces. Some of the parts have flown away around 0.5 kilometer from the blast site. So it is a very, very chaos period in Karnataka, because the CM himself, the CM of this Karnataka himself got elected from this Shivamoga. And this happened in Shivamoga. The incident too happened in Shivamoga, which is ruled by the current CM of Karnataka. So, next. So now we should discuss about the challenges faced by the mining sector in India. So please do remember. So what are the challenges in exam? You may get what are the challenges faced by the mining sector in India. Then how you will approach this question? So the question is given as what are the challenges faced by the mining sector in India? And please do remember, you should mention the highlights like rehabilitation issues. You should address rehabilitation issues. Then displacement issues. So both are nothing but same but with minor differences. So rehabilitation issues or displacement issues. Next, second one, you should also write about human rights violations. Next, you should write about Rathole mining. Next, you should mention about environmental and health issues. Nothing but environment pollution, loss of biodiversity, water pollution. So whenever you come across with this question, so please do remember very, very carefully what are the challenges faced by the mining sector in India. So what your subheading should be: rehabilitation issues or displacement issues. Second heading should be human rights violation. Third, Rathole mining. And fourth, environmental and health issues. So what you should write in these four topics. When coming to the rehabilitation issues and displacement issues, you should observe that large scale displacement of local people, which leads to the grievances and improper rehabilitation measures, if not, then the leading to people's alienation and develop a distrust over the governments. So it is nothing but just loss of land. It is just nothing but loss of land. So why these people will agree for it? So therefore, the rehabilitation issues and this displacement issues are must to be done. And when coming to the left wing extremism, because all these mining should be done in forest areas, so then you should face with left wing extremists, and they will always stay in enriched rich resources areas like Chhattisgarh, in the same way Jharkhand and Odisha, and these all places will be protected by which department? Border security forces. So you should also think about leftist wing extremism, right? So we already faced some problems like, for instance, mine-related accidents at Kassan, Kassan, Kassan coal mine. So recently there was a blast accident in Kassan coal mine, nothing but in Meghalaya and Jhantia Hills in 2018. In the same way, Chasnala near Dhanbad in 1975. And these two issues already we are facing this Kassan coal mine, and till now there was a lot of distrust gained by this government. So we already faced these problems. So we should be very, very careful regarding rehabilitation or displacement issues. Right? So what examples you will give? Like in 2018 in Meghalaya and Jhantia Hills, there was an accident about Kassan coal mine. And in the same way, in the same area in Chasnala near Dhanbad in 1975. You should mention about the leftist wing extremism, which states in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. In the same way, when coming to the human rights violation, which always have been taken places in forms of mine-related deaths, inadequate rehabilitations and developmental steps. The massive local example, if you take massive local protests have taken place against mining in Niyamgiri Hills of Odisha. In the same way in Narmada, when Narmada dam were constructed by the government of India, there was a lot of against the government. There are a lot of issues raised against the government when we constructed Narmada dam. So what is the main problem? Rehabilitation, displacement issues. So we should be taking the care of human rights also. So what are these human rights? So which rights these tribal people possess? In Andhra Pradesh also, Chandrababu Naidu government also faced a problem with Chenchu tribes in Visakhapatnam. So we should take care of these human rights violation, right? And coming to the Rathole mining, the third one, which is a form of illegal mining, especially practiced in northeastern states like Meghalaya. The best example is Kassan coal mine incident. So nothing but, so on whole, we will use the word Rathole mining. Nothing but it is a form of illegal mining. It involves digging of every small tunnels up to 3 to 4 feet, right? So the NGT also banned it in 2015 on the grounds of unscientific and unsafe of the workers. And the coal scam is extremely increased in these areas. So these all will come under Rathole mining, especially in northeastern states. And then you should mention about the environmental and health issues. So you are very, very good at writing this fourth issue, environmental and health issues. So you will write about environmental population, loss of biodiversity, water population. So I think it is very, very clear for you guys. So first we discussed about the what are the legislative framework of mining sector in India. Then we discussed about the challenges faced by the mining sector in India. And now we should also discuss about the government initiatives, right? And we should also discuss about the administrative issues. So next we are going to discuss about the administrative. So what are the administrative issues in this mining sector of India? So already we discussed the two probable expected questions. The first one was legislative framework. Next one is challenges of mining sector in India, and third one is the administrative issues in mining sector in India. So how you will approach this answer? So here you should mention about the word arbitrary. Please do remember, whenever administrative word is used in mining sector, whenever you may use this word arbitrary in this administrative issues. So please do remember the arbitrary allocations of coal mines, which leads to the long litigations and eventually cancellation of allocations are almost happening day to day, and this leads to the charges of corruptions, and also delays in environmental clearances due to bureaucratic issue. And third one will be the judicial intervention. So lack of this arbitrary concept, lack of this delay of this environmental clearance issues because of these bureaucratic hindrances. And the third one, judicial interventions, which we all are very, very aware how much time it would take, from days to weeks to months to years to decades also. There are so many cases regarding this illegal mining. Still they are in the judicial sector. So without, for example, if you take without getting a green clearances, how you guys will start this project? How you guys will sign agreements with other countries? How you will get the FDI from the other countries, which internally gives employment to the local people? So without their concern of these tribal people, you can't do anything. So we will have the problems. So the problem, first one is the arbitrary allocations. Second one is the delay in environmental clearances. And third one is a long delay in this judicial interventions. So till today, if you observe in Goa, there are 88 illegal mining leases in Goa. In 2018 itself, there are 88 illegal mining. In the same in Karnataka, in Odisha, in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, wherever the forests are high, are abandoned, then you will observe these illegal minings. And in this illegal minings, the common working class people are affected. Next, we will observe the fourth one, government initiatives. So first one is, please observe once again, first one is legislative framework of mining sector in India. Second one is challenges faced by mining sector in India. Third one is the administrative issues in mining sector in India. And next is what are the government initiatives? What are the government of India initiatives for this sector, for this mining sector in India? So whenever you get this question, you should mention about MSS, in the same way DMF, in the same way PMKKKY and NMEP. So you guys should definitely mention about these initiatives, government initiatives in mining sector in India. So what are the government of India initiatives in mining sector of India? You should write about MSS, then you will write about DMF, then you will write about NMEP. Please do remember, what is this MSS, what is this DMF, what is this NMEP? So MSS is nothing but the full form is mining surveillance system. Mining surveillance system. So which launched to check illegal mining through automatic route sensing detection technologies. In the same way, DMF, District Mineral Foundation Fund, which was established for the welfare of the mining affected people, the rehabilitated people, the infected people, right? So affected people. So what are, and this DMF also comes under Pradhan Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana. So it is a very, very great step taken by this Narendra Modi Government of India initiative. Definitely you should mention about DMFF, nothing but District Mineral Foundation Fund, which was established for the welfare of mining affected people. The same concept is coming under PM Pradhana Mantri. Three Ks. First K is Khanija, second one is Kshetra, and third K is Kalyan. So Khanij, Pradhana Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana will benefit the affected mining people. In the same way, you should also remember about the National Mineral Exploration Policy, which have been released to attract private exploration agency, whether it may be FDI. So here 100% FDI is permitted through the automatic route of mining and exploration of metals, minerals, everything will come under except the nuclear. Yani the basis of uranium, the basis of thorium, the basis of plutonium, except these all will come under, all minerals will come under NMEP, National Mineral Exploration Policy. So these are very, very important points you should observe. Whenever you discuss about the mining sector in India, you should write about the legislative framework. Next, you should write about the challenges faced in this sector. And the third one, you should write about administrative issues in mining sector of India. And next, the fourth one, you should write what steps taken by the government of India. Those are MSS, DMF, NM, MEP. What is the abbreviation of MSS? Mineral Surveying System. Abbreviation of DMF, District Mineral Foundation Fund. Abbreviation of PM, KKKY, Pradhan Mantri Khanija Kshetra Kalyan Yojana. What is the abbreviation of NMEP, National Mineral Exploration Policy? So these are very, 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 very important points, guys. Next, Anna. So next, we should discuss about what is the special thing about this Shivamogga. So please do remember, what is the special about this Shivamogga? This city lies on the banks of which river? Tunga river. And this Shivamogga is also called as gateway to Malanad. So, which city surname is gateway to Malanad? Shivamogga. So, why this Shivamogga got the gateway to Malanad surname or nickname? Because the city is the gateway for Western Ghats. So the city is a gateway for the hilly region of the Western Ghats. And please do remember, guys, this region also known for plentiful rainfall. So South India's Cherrapunji is nothing but Shivamogga. So please do remember, South India's Cherrapunji is Shivamogga. And due to this plentiful rainfall and lushy greenery, in 2012, this was conferred as a World Heritage Site. So please do remember, in 2012, Shivamogga conferred as in World Heritage Site. The region also known for plentiful rainfall and lushy green and declared during 2012 as World Heritage Site. And the important tourism sites in Shivamogga, you all are very, very aware of Jog Falls. So this is the Jog Fall, and you are also well aware of Keladi Temple. So this is a Keladi Temple, and this Keladi Temple was built by Hoysalas, who were the contemporary of Kakatiya dynasty. In the same way, Devagiri dynasty or Yadava or Siona dynasty. Right? So this temple, please observe, it is very, 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 very great temple which was constructed by Hoysalas. And in this temple, you can observe the three deities, and those three deities are Rameshwara, Veerabhadra, and Ganesha. And these pillars, if you observe, the pillars of these temples are stunningly carved with epic gods and goddesses as well as the animals too. And you can find two-headed bird called Garuda Bandhi. So in any temple, in no other temple, you can find two-headed Garuda Bandhe image on the ceiling of this temple. So this is the only one and one temple in complete India where you can find the two-headed bird, also called as Garuda Bandhi. And please do remember, who constructed it? Hoysalas, who were the contemporary of Kakatiyas, Yadavas. Right? Next one. Agumbe, which is a very, very great tourism spot in this Shimoga. And next one is Godadvi Bird Sanctuary. So please do remember the Godadvi Bird Sanctuary is in which place? Shivamogga, right? So here the main important things you should observe that the five popular bird parks of Karnataka. So in Karnataka you will find Godadvi is the fifth popular bird parks of Karnataka, right? So in this Godadvi Bird Sanctuary, you will come across the white tabbies, in the same way stone bill, the famous bird, the stone bill. Next agart, and the very famous one cormorant. And next snake fowl, heron, and heron, Heron. So these are all winged animals you can find in Godadvi Bird Sanctuary, right? In the same way, the very, very important temple, Inkeri Temple. Please do remember this temple, Ikkeri, right? Ikkeri Temple is Yogareshwara Temple, which was constructed by Keledi Nayaks. So please remember who constructed it. Keledi Nayaks constructed this the great temple, which is dedicated to the Lord Shiva, and you will find the deity Aghoreshwara temple. So this temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva, and it is also located in very, very higher elevation, and the temple can be entered into via a small built splendid cubicle that has been made out of granite. And the image of Nandi at the entrance of the temple is what grabs eyeballs because it's a glassy finish. So here, when you enter, if you try to enter into this temple, you should crawl and enter into this temple because the entrance is very, 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 very small, which is nothing but a cube-like structure. And after entering, you will find the glassy finished Nandi. So till now, we don't know all the temples, all the idols will be constructed by the basalt rock, and we still amazed how this glassy finish is achieved in this architecture. And this is a bygone masters. So this can be done only by the masters bygone, right? So the important tourism sites in Shivamogga. What is the special about Shivamogga? It is beside Tunga River. It is also called as Gateway to Malnad. Why it is called as Gateway to Malnad? Because it is in a hilly region of the Western Ghats. This plenty rainfall, lushy greenery, declared during 2012 as a World Heritage Site. Important Shivamogga tourism sites like Jog Falls, Kaledi Temple, Agumbe, Gudavi, Ikkeri, right? So this is a very, very special area, and in this special area, in this heritage site, there was a blast, and that blast is happened for quarries. Next, the static GK part of Karnataka. Please observe here. What is the statehood? 1956. Capital city is Bangalore, and till today the largest city is Bangalore. And who is the governor? Vajubhai Rudrabhai Wala. is the governor of Karnataka? What is the state mammal? State mammal is Indian elephant. State bird is a roller. State tree is a sandalwood. And for maximum states, the state flower will be the lotus. And coming to the CM part, who is the CM? This person, B.S. Yedurappa. And he belongs to which constituency? Shimoga district. Under this Shimoga district, he is selected as MLA from Shikaripura, which is in Shimoga district. And in this place itself, the blast happened. And he belongs to which party? BJP. And we will also go through the important temples, folk dances of this Karnataka, important dams, national parks, area wise rank, it is in which place, and population wise rank, it is in which place, and what are the important rivers in this state, what are the important lakes. So please observe here important temples: Virupaksha temple at Hampi, Vithala temple at Hampi, Gomateswara temple at Shravana Balagola, which is very important site. The main important folk dances are Yakshagangana, Sughi Kunita and Karga. So please do remember what are the main important folk dance belongs to Karnataka. First one will be Yakshagana. Next one will be the Sughi Kunita and Karanga. And you all are very well aware of dams in India and the dams in Karnataka: Krishna Rajasagara Dam, Tungabhadra Dam, Bhadra Dam, in the same way Malaprabha Dam, next Haimavati Dam, Lakhya Dam. So these all dams are on the same name, nothing but river. Tungabhadra Dam is on Tungabhadra River, Bhadra Dam is on Bhadra River, Malaprabha Dam is on Malaprabha River, Hemavati Dam is on Hemavati River, Lakhya Dam is on Lakhya River. And whereas, please observe here, Linga Namaki Dam is on which river? Sharavati River. In the same way, Raja Lakhamo Gauda Dam is on Ghatprabha River. In the same way, Supadam is on Kali River. Alamati Dam is on Krishna River. So these are very important dams which may get in your static GK part. Coming to the national parks, the very important are Bandipur. So many times you got this question. Next, Banerghatta, Kudermukh, Nagarholi. This is also very important one. And Anshi. Coming to the area wise, it is in which place? Please do observe the area wise. If you observe, Karnataka is in 7th place, whereas in population wise it is in 8th place. And important rivers other than this Tungabhadra remaining: Krishna River, Kaveri, Pennera, Netravati, Kalindi, Manjira, Palar, Saraswati, Bhima River and Tungabhadra are the important rivers in Karnataka. Coming to the lakes: Ahagara Lake, Bilindora Lake, Braisandra Lake, Hebal Lake, Kemabuddhi Lake, Lalbagh Lake, Madiwala Lake, Puttinahali Lake, Sankaya Lake, Ulsur Lake, Dalwai Lake, Devanur Lake, Karanji Lake, Kokrakali Lake, Lingabuddhi Lake, Honamana Keri Lake and Pampa Sarovar Lake. So these are also very important lakes. So here you guys, you should clearly observe the main parts of this topic. The main part of this subject, right? So what is the main matter of concern? How it happened? What is this skeleton stick? Who is this Alfred Nobel? How you can make this skeleton stick? So these all are important issues we discussed in this session. This is very important. Next, here we discussed about, please do remember, here we discussed about legal framework of mining sector in India. Next, challenges faced in mining sector in India. Next, we discussed about, please do remember, we discussed about Next we discussed Shivamogga and the speciality of this Shivamogga and World Heritage Site. Next we discussed about these important sites, tourism sites in Shivamogga. Next we discussed about the static GK of Karnataka, about important temples, folk dances, dams, national parks, area-wise rank, population-wise rank, important rivers, important lakes, and these all are related to static GK of Karnataka.